Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm going to go over a few announcements for class this week, but I first wanted to begin with thanking everyone for the participation in the week one discussion board. I learned a lot about each and every one of you. I know this is our second semester working together, but I've learned a tremendous amount, and I really appreciate everyone taking the time to participate and to respond to one another. It only works if we all work together and if we all contribute. So thanks again. So the due date for discussion board postings for week one is today by 11:59 tonight, excuse me. And the week two discussion board will open up at 11:59 tonight as well. So as one is closing, as week one is closing out, week two will begin. So week two, though, that discussion will begin via your individual learning communities. So no longer will you have a full-on group discussion with all class mates, but rather it will be via your individual learning communities. So be sure to get familiar with how to access your groups via Blackboard and how to access the group discussion, because again, that is going to be a good chunk of your grade for the semester. Okay. Also, I want to make sure that you are aware that there's going to be an upcoming group assignment, which is due this coming Saturday. All assignments, for the most part, are going to be due by Saturday of each week. So whatever week that you see it, whatever week that you see an individual or group assignment, just know that the due date will probably be Saturday of each week. That's what I have outlined in the syllabus, and I plan on sticking with that. So, also, I want to talk a little bit about the discussion board. As you know, the reading for Post-Evac as well as for Latondra and Lipka this week was about the overview of program evaluation. The discussion board itself is about evaluation and research. So when looking at those chapters, it really gives you some insight as to the differences in how folks who conduct program evaluations view program evaluations. Even when looking at the online resource for last week, there's a certain approach that's outlined for conducting program evaluations, and although there's a lot of similarities there are also many differences as well. So pay attention to that. For the most part, when you're conducting a program evaluation, or if you have ever had an experience conducting program evaluations, you know that different program evaluators evaluate programs differently. And so there may be some central aspects or common aspects to how program evaluators will evaluate programs, and that is outlining outcomes, finding measurable approaches, using similar metrics. Typically, you see program evaluators use a mixed methods approach, and so those are some similarities in what you'll find across program evaluations. But then you also see some differences as well. So keep that in mind as you read this week, and keep that in mind as you're answering your discussion board postings as well. Okay. All right. So virtual office hours will begin this week on Thursday. From 6:30 to 8 p.m. I will be available. Be sure to connect with me via Skype or Google Hangouts. Just know that if you try to connect with me and there's some delay, I'm probably talking to another student, so I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. There's always email as well that you can send me an email, and I will try to respond as soon as I possibly can. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Y'all have a good week. Bye.